Well, good evening and welcome here to the Hive. I'm Jason Groth with Lance Rock. We got Section 8 2A boys basketball action live from the Hive here tonight on the Dean's Bulk Service pregame show, and it should be a fun one. It's the Perham Yellow Jackets and the Barnesville Trojans getting ready to kick things off here in the Section 8 2A playoffs, Lance, and two teams that we're not surprised to be seeing each other here tonight at the Hive.
Right, and you can say that, and also it is a little surprise. Barnesville knocking off number 1 DGF. But I think that goes to show all that parity that we had talked about, Jason, all through this winter season. It's been amazing that at any given night, you can't count out any team, and it just showed in that last playoff game when Barnesville went to DGF and knocked them off on their home court.
That was a big game in that one. Adam Tonsfeld had 24 points. Caden Zenzen had a double-double with 17 and 15 to lead the Trojans to the victory over DGF. The Yellow Jackets had a little different style of a contest to get here. They knocked off East Grand Forks by a score of 61-43. Leading the way was Finn Diggins with 20 points. Soren Anderson had 16, and a very nice performance from him in the victory.
And that was kind of an interesting game. I think East Grand Forks took Perham out of what they wanted to do for a little while in that first half, and it stayed close. But then Finn Diggins and Soren Anderson, like you said, kind of took over, Jason. And that lead started to spread, and there just wasn't enough offense for the Green Wave to catch up in that one. So both teams definitely coming into this game on a high, and you can just feel it in the crowd right now and the atmosphere. It's tournament time.
You can definitely tell that. Students are starting to pile in from both teams, and it's going to be an exciting one. Once again, we thank you for tuning in tonight here on the Dean's Bulk Service pregame show. Dean's Bulk Service celebrating over 50 years of service to Barnesville and the surrounding communities with locations in Minnesota, North Dakota, and South Dakota, and wishes the best of luck to all the teams in the Section 8 2A tournament. Visit them online at dbsoil.com to find out what they can do for you. We have a full pregame show lined up for you. When we come back, we'll talk about some of the keys to the game, also have your starting lineups as you're watching the Yellow Jackets and the Trojans in the Section 8 2A semifinals here live on the Magnitude Sports Network.
Dean's Bulk Service C-Stores in Barnesville and Sabin are your stops for high-quality Arco gas and diesel fuels, plus a car wash in Barnesville. Don't forget to pick up your favorite snacks and beverages as well. Dean's Bulk Service is your preferred choice for your propane, fuel, diesel, exhaust fluid, and ISO-Clean certified lubricants for your home, farm, and business. Call them 1-800-548-2799 or visit dbsoil.com to see what they can do for you. Dean's Bulk Service wishes the best of luck to the teams in the Section 8 AA tournament.
Hi, my name is Ryan Rusted, Chief Lending Officer with United Community Bank. I'm just excited we've been partnering with businesses for over 100 years. Come and see why so many of your friends and neighbors have put their trust in United Community Bank. Stop in and see us in Perham, Frazee, and Dent, or you can visit us online at ucbankmn.com. We're excited for you to be part of our community, United Community Bank.
Well, welcome back once again here at the Hive. I'm Jason Groth with Lance Rock here on Magnitude Sports for tonight's Section 8 2A semifinal contest between the Perham Yellow Jackets and the Barnesville Trojans. It should be a fun contest. These two teams split the regular season series, each team winning in the other team's barn, and there were kind of one-sided games in each barn.
Yeah, and it was really interesting. Early on in the year at Barnesville, 67-53 loss for the Yellow Jackets. Then kind of, I don't want to say that it flipped, but Perham came away on February 25th with a 64-51 victory here. But if we look back to that one, and I just rewatched that last night, Jason, Barnesville's actually ahead at the half. Perham made some adjustments and kind of stretched that lead to where it was at the end of the game. So two really good games. Perham didn't shoot very well at Barnesville. we're hoping that's not the case here when you're at home if you're a Yellow Jackets fan, but the intensity is going to be high for both teams.
Well, these new teams are very equal on the offensive side of the floor. Perham averages 61.7 points a game. Barnesville at 63.5 points per game. The difference has been on the defensive side of the floor. Perham allows 52.2 points per game, while Barnesville allows 60.4 points per game. Yellow Jackets known for clamping down in the half court. That's always been their key. But on the other side, when you look at Barnesville lining up against Finn Diggins, it's going to be Caden Zenzen. And that's the matchup. As we talk about keys of the game, I think that's a matchup we have to keep our eyes on tonight.
Right, and I know in the first matchup, Finn kind of lived on that outside three-point shot. I think Finn's going to have to go down in the block for the Yellow Jackets to be successful. Not that he can't shoot that three-pointer, but I think with his spin move and what he does down in the block, he's pretty dynamic at 6'5", and a tough matchup for most teams. What I think is one of the keys, Jason, is I think it's going to be the secondary scoring again. You've brought it up a couple times. You've got two bell cows here in Finn Diggins and Adam Tonsfeld, and we'll touch more on Adam Tonsfeld. But there's two dynamic, one at a post, one at a guard, two dynamic players from the heart of the Lakes. Who is going to be the second and third scorers for both teams?
That's going to be interesting. Now we'll take a look at your starting lineups first. For the Barnesville Trojans, coming in with a record of 12-8. They're 6-6 in the Heart of the Lakes Conference, and we're 7-6 against teams from 8-2A. Starting at a guard, a 5'5" junior, number 2, Jack Nielsen. Starting at a wing spot, a 5'9" junior, number 4, Cam Heng. Starting at a guard, a 5'7" senior is number 5, Adam Tonsfeld. Starting at a guard, a 5'6" junior, number 23, Ryan Rusted. And starting at a power forward spot, a 6'3" junior, number 24, Caden Zenzen. Head coach Chad Suter, assistants Tracy Hines, Jensen Beachy, and Dion Redmond for the Barnesville Trojans. They're your starting five. They're 5-5 on the road, as you can see on our screen. We thank you for tuning in. Also like to thank Mike Mason for the help with the great job on the graphics tonight as we get ready for this game. And now we'll take a look at the Perham Yellow Jackets starting five. They're going to go with this tonight. Starting at a guard, a sophomore, 6'5" guard, number 1, Micah Thompson. Starting at center, a 6'5" senior, number 10, Finn Diggins. Starting at a guard, a 6'2" senior, number 11, Grant McMartin. Starting at forward tonight, a 6'1" senior, number 32, Gabe Thompson. And making his return to the starting lineup, a 6'1" senior guard, number 33, Elijah Morris. Yellow Jackets head coach Dave Cressup, assisted by Brian Schantz, Grant Turkheising, and Brent Hansen. And the Yellow Jackets have been exciting at home, as we've touched on, looking to continue their home dominance tonight. And you know, Barnesville, amongst others in the Section 8 2A, want to see that streak come to an end.
Right, and I think Barnesville kind of felt that way when they came here the first time, leading at half, and then things kind of just didn't go so well for them. But again, kind of touching on those keys of the game, Adam Tonsfeld's a dynamic player, Jason, and he's just so quick. He reminds me a lot of watching the couple games that they had against Perham. He reminds me a lot of Bodie Magnuson from Pequot Lakes. Both quarterbacks for their football team, both quick, both can shoot the ball some, but like to get to the basket.
We thank you for tuning in. We'll take a quick timeout as you're watching the Dean's Bulk Service pregame show here on the Magnitude Sports Network. Dean's Bulk Service celebrating over 50 years of service to Barnesville and the surrounding communities with locations in Minnesota, North Dakota, and South Dakota, and wishes the best of luck to all the teams in the Section 8 2A tournament. Visit them online at dbsoil.com to find out what they can do for you.
Dean's Bulk Service C-Stores in Barnesville and Sabin are your stops for high-quality Arco gas and diesel fuels, plus a car wash in Barnesville. Don't forget to pick up your favorite snacks and beverages as well. Dean's Bulk Service is your preferred choice for your propane, fuel, diesel, exhaust fluid, and ISO-Clean certified lubricants for your home, farm, and business. Call them 1-800-548-2799 or visit dbsoil.com to see what they can do for you. Dean's Bulk Service wishes the best of luck to the teams in the Section 8 AA tournament.
Your family, your friends, our community. At Midwest Bank of Barnesville, these cornerstones of family, friends, and community is the very heart of Midwest Bank. Whether it's help in expanding the family farm, building, remodeling, or purchasing your new home, or supporting our local schools, Midwest Bank is here because you are our family, you are our friends, and this is our community. Midwest Bank, banking your way on South Front Street, Barnesville. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Magnitude Sports has delivered over 1,000 broadcasts capturing all fourth quarter comebacks, walk-off home runs, buzzer beaters, 62-point volleyball sets, and double overtime victories. The excitement is on Magnitude Sports. Over 150 teams from 5 states and 2 countries have been featured on Magnitude Sports at both the varsity and sub-varsity levels. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and select your alert preference so you never have to miss that big moment from your favorite area sports team. Find us on Facebook and Twitter too. This is the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
Well, welcome back once again here at the Hive. We thank you for tuning in. We'd like to thank our sponsors for their support. United Community Bank in Perham, Denton, Frazee, EOT Insurance. Dean's Bulk Service, their sponsorship of the pregame show. Midwest Bank, the sponsorship of the halftime show. And Halverson Farm, good place to make sure to eat some beef.
That's right.
As we get ready to go for tonight's contest, speaking of beef, there's going to be a lot of beef in the lane tonight between these two squads. We talked about Finn Diggins and Caden Zenzen, but you got to look secondary-wise inside. The key is going to be, like you touched on it, I think a little bit in the commercial break. Gabe Thompson, the senior, has played that energy role for the Yellow Jackets. He's definitely going to have to step up and have a big game. On the Perham side of things, and you look at Barnesville, we know the Adam Tonsfelds and Caden Zenzens, it's going to be, well, the Cam Haig, Jack Nielsen, are they going to step up and have the big secondary roles tonight?
And even I think you can go a little deeper than that. One to watch in my book is going to be Tate Inninger. Tate Inninger played a lot of JV early on in the year. Big physical body type kid who moves really well and might be that added, because you look at the lineups and you're going to notice this as the jump ball goes. There's a discrepancy in size-wise. Barnesville's going to be the smaller, guard type looking, and there's going to be a lot more length to the Yellow Jackets. So I think a Tate Enniger might be one of those hidden keys to the game.
It's going to be an interesting one, and you have two teams as familiar as these two teams are and programs are, playing each other twice a year. There's not really too many surprises when it comes out in the Section 8-2A tournament game between these two teams. So it'll be interesting to see what type of surprises there might be, because you never know if Barnesville, what they might do defensively against a guy like Finn Diggins. Are they going to potentially go to the box and want a different style defenses that they did against Owen Leach and DGF and slowed down Leach and the Rebels a little bit?
In the first game, when they had the most success, they were man-to-man, and they just got physical, got up in, and made it real hard to get into your offense. But then that box and one was really impressive as I watched that game. Another part to that will be on the offensive end for Barnesville. It was a really unique stat that came out as I was reading about the game, Jason. 24 for 30 from the free throw line. So that tells you a couple of things. One, they're probably pretty quick. Two, they like to get to the basket.
And that is definitely going to be a key. And you mentioned speed. Adam Tonsfeld has got that quick first step. You mentioned Bodie Magnuson. I thought that was a great comparison when you talk about these two players. And when you mentioned the Pequot Lakes guard, who's led his team to the Section 7 AA final, where they'll face Moose Lake Willow River on Friday night. We're looking to stamp in a name into the Section 8 2A final. Winner of this game will play the winner of Fergus Falls and War Road. That's happening tonight in Fergus Falls. We'll try to keep you updated as much as we can throughout the night on that one, but make sure to keep it here. It's the Yellow Jackets and the Trojans. And Lance, we've had March Madness for a while, and it seems like every game we brought to you here on the Magnitude Sports Network has been a crazy style game.
This is so awesome. It's such a fun time of year, and I remember it brings back, and I'm quite old now, but it brings back the little bit of shivers down the spine as you hear Aaron Anderson start talking about the game, and we're about ready for starting lineups and the national anthem. And I can remember the shiver down the spine and the little bit of extra nerves that come with something like this. That's what high school athletics is all about, Jason.
Well, we're starting to feel the March Madness feel for sure in the Hive. It's got that playoff atmosphere as we're getting close to the start of tonight's contest between the Yellow Jackets and the Barnesville Trojans. The Yellow Jackets with a record of 15-5, 9-3 in the Heart of the Lakes Conference. They were co-conference championships with the Breckenridge Cowboys, while on the other side, Barnesville is 12-8, 6-6 overall in the Heart of Lakes Conference. But the thing is about playoffs, throw those records right out the window.
Right, and Barnesville's had some really good games. I went back and watched the Moorhead game. They were ahead at half, so another one that they were right in.
We're going to keep it here as we have a live national anthem tonight. Will be performed once again by Perham Jr. and a Beck. And I'm back with the national anthem here as we get ready to go moments away from the start of tonight's contest between the Perham Yellow Jackets and the Barnesville Trojans. Once again, we'll take a look at our starting lineups. First, for the visitors, the starting five. It's Jack Nielsen, Cam Hang, Adam Tonsville, Ryan Rustad, and Caden Zenzen getting the start for the Barnesville Trojans. And for the Perham Yellow Jackets, Micah Thompson, Finn Diggins, Grant McMartin, Gabe Thompson, and Elijah Morris, the starting five here on the Deans Bulk Service pregame show, celebrating over 50 years of service to Barnesville, surrounding communities with locations in Minnesota, North Dakota, and South Dakota, and wishes the best of luck to all the teams in the Section 8 2A tournament. Visit them online at dbsoil.com to find out what they can do for you. We thank you for tuning in to the pregame show and thank Deans Bulk Service once again for their support of our broadcast here on the Magnitude Sports Network. Lance, we're just moments away from the opening tap and playoff basketball back underway.
Yeah, and it's exciting because I think both teams are coming in very, very confident, Jason. The Yellow Jackets have done just what they needed to do, take care of business, being the number 2 seed. And if you look at the Barnesville Trojans, they were the 4 seed. They knocked off a really good Pelican Rapids Vikings team who came into the Hive and also gave the Yellow Jackets a little scare, and then knocked off the number 1 seed, DGF Rebels, who have a really nice player in Owen Leach and a really good team and a well-coached team. So they're coming in here feeling confident in their ability to stick with the very best of 8AA.
Should be an exciting one as we're moments away from the opening tap. Introductions have taken place. Fans for both teams on their feet and ready to go here at the Hive as the Yellow Jackets meets to our left, Barnesville to our right. Caden Zenzen is already ready to go for the opening tap. As head coach Dave Cressup gives some final instructions. As we get ready to go.
You can just feel the atmosphere building and building and building, and I'm looking forward to a good one. And thanks for joining us wherever you're at right now. We're happy you're with us, and here we go.
Yellow Jackets in their home black and yellow. Trojans in their road white and purple. The Yellow Jackets will get the opening possession. Micah Thompson, right side to Grant McMartin, back to Micah Thompson. They exchange passes in the backcourt. Thompson looks to drive, gets cut off nicely there by Nielsen. And it comes back near side for Grant McMartin. Yellow Jackets getting Morris to the right side. Quick pass. McMartin in the lane. Cut off there. Thompson looks to drive. He gets cut off as well as the Yellow Jackets reset. And now Morris looks to drive baseline. Cut off by Zenzen. Now they go inside Thompson, and stealing that way is Townsville. And now Nielsen will slow it down for Barnesville.
And it made us not look very smart. They weren't in man or in a box and one. They were in a 2-1-2 zone, which is a different look again for the Yellow Jackets.
Far side, Rustad with it. Ryan Rustad dribbles out, comes back up top here for Nielsen. They swing it over Townsville. Back up top, it goes to Rustad. Quick pass far side. Nielsen drives, gives it over here. They swing it around. Trojans look inside, not there. They'll swing back around on the perimeter. Now Townsville has it. Quick pass there for Rustad. Goes back to Townsville, looks to drive, gets cut off. Swing around back around the perimeter once again to the Trojans. Quick passes by Barnesville, but unable to get a look at the hoop. There, Rustad looked to drive, got cut off. Now they go right side, Nielsen. Now back to Townsville. Yellow Jacket fans making some noise, supporting their defense now. As we're scoreless early first half. A quick three on the way. It's in and out, no good on the look from Nielsen. Rebound grab by the Yellow Jackets.
And that one was halfway down, so would have brought the Barnesville crowd to their feet. But here we go, Yellow Jackets back against this 2-1-2 zone.
Pass inside Thompson, and he traveled before contact. And I was saying, Lance, I hate to say it would bring the Barnesville fans to their feet. It might actually bring them to their seats right now because everyone's on their feet right now with that tradition.
That's true. That new old tradition of everybody standing till you score. Everybody on their feet right now in the Hive.
Townsville with it. Gets a screen there. They switch. Now it's Diggins on him. They switch back. Zenzen spins. Left hand. Layup no good. Diggins gets the rebound. Good look there for Zenzen. Just couldn't finish.
Right, and they're looking off of that switching. So that's going to be something the Yellow Jackets are going to have to recover a little faster. They're going to get Zenzen on a matchup they want.
Morris thought about the three. Passed it up. They swing it around up top. Look to reverse it. They go to Diggins. He will fire the three, and it's good. Finn Diggins with the first points of the game. It's an outside three-pointer, and the Yellow Jackets on the board.
And that's the start you want to see from Finn. As a couple other games, it was a struggle for him, so nice to see him bury that first one.
An answer for Barnesville, no good on the shot attempt. Diggins the rebound. That was Rustad, had the look for three. Doesn't get it to drop, and the Yellow Jackets get the possession off the rebound. McMartin here. Looks inside, back to that 2-1-2 you talked about. Morris thought about it. We'd like to see him get on fire as well if you're a Yellow Jacket fan, but Diggins will launch again. Too strong. Rebound grab by Cam Heng. And now Townsville with his speed looks to get going. He kicks it out now to Nielsen. Comes back to Heng here near side. Now bounce pass inside. Come contact there. Zenzen gets the loose ball. Quick pass out of the hands and out of bounds of Ryan Rustad.
And you see a little nervousness right now coming out in the Trojans. I think as they get a basket here, they might settle in. Defensively, they're doing things that they want to do. So let's see. Missed shots are going to lead to Townsville flying up and down the floor.
Thompson. Now to McMartin, over to Morris. Swing back up top. Get a couple of looks. Now Morris comes near side. They close quickly on him. Now he gets it and he launches for three. Elijah Morris' shot is short, and Townsville is there for the rebound. And he quickly comes with speed. Gets bumped near half court, but passes it off right side for Nielsen. Now they go inside Zenzen. Yellow Jackets collapse and get the steal.
Right, and they're definitely shrinking down on Zenzen. So I think Barnesville's going to realize and probably look for that open three on the wing.
McMartin looking inside. Now goes down to Diggins. They double on him. Kick back out Morris. Talk about that secondary scoring we touched on. It'll be interesting to see who fills the score sheet for both teams tonight. Now it goes to Diggins. Cross court Morris. His look for three on the way. That's shorts. And Zenzen gets the rebound.
Nice looks for Morris. He's got to keep shooting it.
Tonsfeld with speed. Layup is off the mark. And the Yellow Jackets get the rebound.
Tonsfeld looking for a little contact there going to the basket. No go on the early call.
Morris looks inside Diggins. Diggins kick out McMartin. Head fake, now drives, gets cut off as the Trojans close quickly. They swing around Morris, looks inside that time, pass that one up, comes back to McMartin. Morris has been running the baseline for the Yellow Jackets in the offense right now. As Thompson drives, kicks, Morris head fake. Now drives, pull up jumper for Morris is good for two. And Morris be very successful if he gets that pull-up jumper going.
And that's a nice adjustment by Elijah. He could have shot the three. Once in a while when you put that ball on the ground, it kind of squares those shoulders up, and he looked like he was in his shooting motion.
Tonsfeld looks inside, not there. Now they swing around back. Heng looks back. Goes with the pass for Rustad. Inside Zenzen, he draws the foul. And Zenzen will be shooting 2 at the line. The foul will be on Gabe Thompson.
And they're really making a concerted effort that Zenzen touches the ball each time, Jason, as I think they've went to him every single possession so far.
Zenzen at the line. And gets the shooter's roll on the first free throw.
And this is not a surprise. Zenzen, for a bigger post player, he hit some key free throws against DGF down the stretch.
And he gets that one to go, and the Trojans have their first 2 points of the night. The Yellow Jackets lead 5-2 with 12:40 to go in this opening half here at the high. McMartin guarded close to there by Nielsen. Comes over to Thompson, and he drug his foot and gets called for the travel.
And that's some of that pressure. Even though they're in a zone defense, they're coming out to meet really quickly, and there's just so much speed on this team, Jason. It's really fun to watch to see them go.
Tonsfeld. Kick out near side Heng. Now they swing around a three-pointer from Rustad. No good. Rebound grabbed by Zenzen. He'll turn around, take the jumper short, and that will get the Yellow Jacket faithful on the case of Mr. Zenzen as the Yellow Jackets get the rebound.
Right, not the best shot by Zenzen, but I love how aggressive he is. He can come out of nowhere to get those rebounds.
Thompson. Micah Thompson cross court for Morris. Morris thought about the three. Now goes to McMartin. He thought about it for a second. But the Trojans close quickly. Now Finn Diggins with Tonsfeld in front of him. Now goes to Morris far side. Back to Micah Thompson. Goes back to Elijah Morris. Back to Micah Thompson. Steps into the lane. Kick it over Morris. Morris the three short. And a rebound grab by Zenzen.
And one of the things I see from the Yellow Jackets early, Jason, is they're not really rotating the ball, which is allowing Barnesville to stay in that defensive spot. They're going to have to get some rotation to that to get a little bit better open look.
Tonsfeld sets a screen for Russ, and he drives over to Heng. Now Nielsen, they go in Zenzen. Yellow Jackets converge. Cross-court pass near side for Rustad. They sing around. Tonsfeld launches a three. Doesn't get it to drop, and there's a foul on the rebound. Foul is going to be on Caden Zenzen. And that's a key foul. I mean, I know it's only one, but you don't want to get one that far away from the hoop after the rebound.
Right, and that early in the game, and probably 190 feet away. Again, if you're looking and you're a Barnesville fan and you're kind of getting a little disheartened, you've had 2 3-pointers that have been halfway down, at least, Jason, rolled around the rim and came out. So the score could be considerably different, and your defense is really keeping you in it right now.
Tate Iniger has checked in for the Trojans. Soren Anderson in for the Yellow Jackets. Diggins with it. They converge on him. Up top, Morris swinging over to Gabe Thompson. The long two is good as his foot was on the line. He hits the two. And the Yellow Jackets lead by 5.
And that's a good sign for the Yellow Jackets. That could be a scorer who is open in this zone defense.
Iniger with it near side, Tonsfeld. Tonsfeld back up top. They're swinging around. There's Nielsen. Now to Iniger, back Tonsfeld with the head fake. Looks to drive. Gets to the hoop. Left hand good.
And there's what Tonsfeld can give you. Great body control, even for his size. He can fend off a defender and finish with right or left hand.
Well, his first step is so quick, and he was able to get by the defender with that speed. Now Soren Anderson steps into a three. That's off the mark, misses everything. Goes out of bounds. It'll be Barnesville basketball. And now the Trojan fans will let him know about that shot.
And it's just got that feel, doesn't it, Jason, that this can go – it could go right down like this to the wire, and the fans are going to battle back and forth just as the teams are.
Near side, it's Rustad. Now to Iniger. Looking inside. Finn on Zenzen. Not there. They come back up top. Ryan Rustad. Left-hand dribble. Hand off to Iniger. Iniger into the lane. Pulls up. Now gets cut off. Comes back outside. Tonsfeld to the far side to Nielsen. Comes back Iniger. He's going to launch the three. He hits it. Tate Iniger with a big three-pointer.
And we talked about him in the pregame, that this could be one of those scorers that comes off the bench and is a nice-looking athlete for the Trojans.
Now Anderson kicks it over Finn Diggins for three. That's off the mark. Rebound tapped out. Diggins gets it. Now over to Elijah Morris. Back up to Micah Thompson. Drives cut off. Now back to Morris. Now to Micah Thompson, over to Soren Anderson. Back to Thompson. Over right side, Anderson. Down low, Diggins. Cross court, Morris. Morris steps in, drives, kick out. Now Anderson back to Morris. Over near side for Micah Thompson. Right side, Soren Anderson. Yellow Jackets exchange. Thompson now to Gabe Thompson. Back here for Soren Anderson. The open look for three is good for Soren Anderson.
And there was Gabe Thompson filling up that stat sheet too. Great shot by Soren, taking nothing away. But that was a quick touch pass, no look, to find Soren wide open.
Now a turnover here, and the Yellow Jackets get it out of the hands of Iniger into the hands of Gabe Thompson. The Yellow Jackets have a chance to extend their lead. They lead by 3 with 8:35 to go in our opening half. Micah Thompson into the lane. Kick out here, and it's read nicely, but it goes through some feet and hands, still on the floor. And held ball after all that is called. It'll be Barnesville basketball.
Quite a scrum down there. Every player diving after that ball tells you how important each possession is. Little quick update, Jason. I don't have the time of the game, but Fergus Falls' early lead 12-9 over Warroad. I don't know where they're at in the game as I can't see the clock.
Should be an exciting one there between those two teams. We'll know more where the Section 8 2A final will be played, depending on the outcomes of these two games. Townsville to the right side into the game. Zach Bredman into the free throw line. Now goes back to Townsville. Back here, Bredman. They swing around one more time. Looking for a quick shot was Nielsen. Now we'll get it to Iniger. Now over to Bredman. He drives, handoff. Nielsen in the lane. The floater down low to Zenzen. Zenzen converges on a foul. As Zenzen was going up strong, the foul, I believe, it is. It's on Gabe Thompson, his second. Puts Zenzen at the line. It's a key foul. The free throw is good for Zenzen.
And he was really doing what we had said in the pregame, kind of filling up that stat sheet, getting assist, a shot to go down, and now we're going to big time here for Sasha to come into the game, 6'5" body, and let's see how we go with two bigs in the game now.
Zenzen's free throw is off the mark. Sasha there for the rebound. Sasha, Micah Thompson, Soren Anderson, Finn Diggins, and Elijah Morris, the 5 on the floor. Soren Anderson back to Micah Thompson, now over to Morris. Now they swing around. Anderson thought about it, passes up. Thompson in the lane, kicks it over for Morris. Morris passes up the shot, goes right side, Anderson. Now Micah Thompson, foot on the line, long two, no good. Anderson fights for the board, and the putback is good for 2 for Soren Anderson. And an aggressive offensive rebound there, and the Yellow Jackets lead by 4.
Great battle there by Soren.
Bredman drives, and his shot is blocked by Anderson. Iniger, the loose ball, goes up strong, and the shot is good and a foul. And Iniger has a chance at a 3-point play.
And there's that back-to-back action we've been waiting for, and good hustle by both teams. Anderson on one end, Iniger on the other end, and there's no chance to rest right now.
Foul is on number 1, Micah Thompson. Free throw on his way is good for Iniger, and he quickly has 6 points for the Trojans as the Trojans have cut the lead to 1. Thompson with it. Now to Morris. Steps in, back to Elijah Morris. Morris now to Caden Sasha. He's going to fire the 3. In and out, no good. Rebound grab, Zenzen. Tonsfeld now with speed. Comes back far side. Bredman looking to drive. Kicks through the legs of Iniger and out of bounds.
And a great look there by the freshman. Yes, I said freshman. Bredman, great look. Just a little bit too much on that pass for his center there in Iniger, but good look. And Bredman in the game, watch for him to shoot the ball, Jason. I watched some games, and he comes in, and he's kind of a spark plug. He can shoot that 3.
Thompson goes right to Soren Anderson. Now back to Sasha. Back to Micah Thompson, steps in the lane, kicks it over Morris. Morris, a long 2, off the mark, too strong. Zenzen fights for the rebound. It's tapped out of bounds from behind. 6:33 to go. Yellow Jackets lead by a point.
I think this is everything we've built this up to be, Jason, as they're going back and forth. And I get the idea that Barnesville would like to make them miss a few shots and get Tonsfield going as fast as he can down the floor. I think they're more comfortable in that offense.
With it now, Zach Bredman. Looks for Iniger, not there. Now comes back out for Ryan Rustad. Near side, Tonsfeld. Adam Tonsfeld with it now right side. Ryan Rustad steps in the lane, gets cut off. And will reset at the top. Zach Redmond near side. It goes to Adam Tonsfeld. He drives baseline. Tries to draw the contact. Throws up an ugly shot, but the rebound goes to Iniger. Comes back, Tonsfeld with a nice head fake. Gets the defender off the feet. And a nice floater and a nice touch for 2 for Adam Tonsfeld.
And there again, I thought he was going to settle for the 3. Fooled me wrong, and that quick first step that you mentioned earlier, Jason, got him right to the bucket.
Thompson, near side, Sasha. Back for Micah Thompson. He looks to drive into the lane, draws contact, kicks it out. And now they swing around right side. Soren Anderson steps into a shot. It's off the mark. Zenzen's there for the rebound. Tonsfeld. Near side for Zach Redmond. Now they go to Zenzen. Zenzen looks to drive, gets by Diggins, throws up the shot. It's good.
Talk about quickness by Zenzen there. That first step really went hard to the basket.
Trojans by 3, 5, and counting in this opening half. Anderson drives, kick, Diggins. He's going to fire the 3. That's off the mark. And Tonsfeld's already out and running, but Iniger didn't see him right away. And now the Trojans will slow things down. Bredman across the timeline. Tonsfeld thought about launching a quick 3. Now goes down low to Iniger. Iniger back to Tonsfeld. Sets a screen there. And Tonsfeld gets free. Comes to Iniger. He's going to fire the 3. That's off the mark. Right in the hands of Elijah Morris. And the Yellow Jackets will come back the other way.
Now a little more traditional 2-3, Jason. So let's see if the Jackets swing this ball around a little quicker.
Morris, foot on the line, hits the 2. Elijah Morris, the long jumper, ties it at 15. 4:16 to go in the first half. We'll take a timeout here on the Magnitude.
Hi, I'm Jen Hendrickson, mortgage lender at United Community Bank. Whether you're buying, building, or refinancing, we are here to help you through the process and answer all of your questions. Mortgage rates are great right now. You can check out our website at ucbankmn.com to get pre-approved, sign up for Rate Watch, and check out our mortgage rate calculators. United Community Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
United Community Bank.
Welcome back here at the High. 4:16 to go in our first half. Trojans lead by a point, 15-14. They'll be there, ball out of the timeout. Yellow Jackets' first timeouts of the game. As Tonsfeld will get the handoff on the inbounds as we get ready to go. Tonsfeld with it. Just sets up. Gets a screen there from Heng. Goes all the way around right side for Nielsen. They're swinging over near side. Bredman looks to drive, hands it off. Zenzen to the hoop, strong, and an offensive foul is called on Zenzen. That will be his second, and that's a big one. Finn Diggins with position, draws the offensive foul, and that will bring Iniger right back in, and Zenzen will exit with 2. Fortunately for him, there's only 3:59 to go in that first half. Now the Trojans, though, will try to see if they can buy some time without him on the floor.
And the Trojans switch to man-to-man defense here. So, again, that revolving defense gives the Jackets something to think about over and over as they come down on each offensive possession.
Anderson with the screen from Sasha. Into the lane, now to Morris. Back up to Soren Anderson. Anderson goes right side, Micah Thompson. Thompson comes back for Sasha. Sasha had Morris cutting, didn't see him right away. Now goes back to Micah Thompson. Back to Soren Anderson, 3.5 to go, first half. Anderson drives baseline, gets cut off there by Bredman, comes back up, and Sasha will launch the 3. Off the back iron, no good. Rebound grab by Jack Nielsen. Tonsfeld quickly back for Barnesville. Now there for Heng. They swing around right side for Nielsen. Nielsen into Tonsfeld. Townsville looking for help, finds it, Nielsen. Trojans reset, comes around near side. Back into Townsville, the floater is good, and he draws the foul.
And it's amazing for a guard listed at 5'7", Jason. That's where I think he's the most comfortable. He comes off those double screens. He curled around that double screen, and he gets that little floater game going and also gets the foul.
He's got 6. Free throw's good. He now has 7. As it's 18-14 in favor of the Trojans with 2:56 to go in the first half. Grant McMartin back in for the Yellow Jackets. As Micah Thompson is the one that picked up the foul. That's his second. McMartin dribbles out, now gives it to Soren Anderson. Back to McMartin. As the Trojans, again, like you said, Lance, have been changing up their defense and giving different looks, and now there's a foul as Morris is stripped up and quickly helped up by Adam Townsville to committed the foul.
In that case, those quick feet got him into trouble there a little bit of too tight a defense.
Yellow Jackets, the ball in the backcourt. McMartin now to Anderson. Anderson, the three, no good. You may have heard in the background, former Yellow Jacket, now Barnesville coach Jensen Beachy calling that one out where the three-point shooter was located. He's an assistant now for the Trojans. The all-time leading scorer at Perham High School. As Townsville looks to drive, goes through his legs. Quick thought about shooting was Nielsen. Thought about it too much and traveled.
And that's one of those that it was kind of a whoops by McMartin, but it was done well enough and fast enough that I think it caught him off guard just a little bit and forced the travel.
2:05 to go. Yellow Jackets trail the Trojans by 4 in the 8-2A semifinals here at the Hive. Back up top, Morris, the long two. That's good. Elijah Morris has 6 points. Yellow Jackets have cut the lead. As Townsville brings it up. Now Nielsen. Hang, they swing over near side. Townsville back up top, almost stolen away. Thought about it for a second, was Bredman. Now goes to Townsville, back to Bredman. Anderson out on him. Now to Hang. They swing around Townsville. Townsville. Couple of nifty moves. Now they swing back to the far side. Look inside, Iniger. Iniger with the head fake goes up and draws the foul and flexes as he gets the chance at the three-point play. And Iniger, you talked about him in the pregame show, has definitely been a key for this Trojan squad right now.
Right, and I just watched him get better as this season went on, and it's no surprise to me what he's doing right now.
Free throw is good for Iniger. He's got 9 first half points, and the Trojans lead by 5, 21-16. Morris, near side, Grant McMartin. Now to Sasha. Back up top for Morris. They swing it over to Anderson. Looking inside, it's cut off. Every time they look at Diggins, there's about 2 bodies on him. And now it goes to Anderson. Diggins sets the screen, comes back up top. Soft pass does get to Morris. Under a minute now in our opening half. Back to Anderson. Anderson, the three. That's in and out, no good. McMartin soars and gets the board. The Yellow Jackets reset with 45 seconds to go in our opening half. Back over McMartin, now to Morris. Morris, the three. It's good! And Elijah Morris is starting to heat up for the Yellow Jackets. And it's 21-19. Johnsfeld brings it across the timeline as the Trojans appear to set up for the final shots.
A smart move here. They've got the lead, so now you're going to make sure that you go into the halftime with the lead. You're just knowing whether it's 2, 4, or 5 that you're going in with.
Hang with it to Townsville. Townsville with speed into the lane. The floater, no good. Rebound grabbed by the Yellow Jackets. Diggins with 1. Now the half-court heave is shorts. Had a good look, but it's shorts. And at the half, the Trojans lead the Yellow Jackets 21-19. And an exciting first half. We'll take a timeout, catch our breath, and get back set up here for the second half.
your family, your friends, our community. At Midwest Bank of Barnesville, these cornerstones of family, friends, and community is the very heart of Midwest Bank. Whether it's help in expanding the family farm, building, remodeling, or purchasing your new home, or supporting our local schools, Midwest Bank is here because you are our family, you are our friends, and this is our community. Midwest Bank, banking your way on South Front Street, Barnesville. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Welcome back here at halftime. I'm Jason Growth with Lance Rock again here in the Midwest Bank halftime show. Thank you and for sponsoring this show here tonight on the Magnitude Sports Network. And it's been an exciting one. At the half, the Trojans lead the Yellow Jackets 21-19 in a game that we build up as going to be an exciting one, and it sure has been so far.
Yeah, I don't think you can ask for much more. We've had exactly, the Yellow Jackets are shooting the three. I'm sure if you're Coach Cressup, you're not shooting them at the percentage you wish you were shooting them right now. Tonsfeld's, as advertised, he's up and down the floor, and he's tough to guard, and he's making things happen for his post players in Zenzen and Iniger, and they both have played well this first half.
Tate Iniger leads the way for Barnesville with 9 points. 5 on the board for Caden Zenzen. He didn't play much in that late in the first half due to foul trouble. 7 points for Adam Tonsfeld for the Trojans. On the other side of things, Elijah Morris with 9 points for the Yellow Jackets. 5 on the board for Soren Anderson. 3 for Finn Diggins and 2 for Gabe Thompson. And if you're Barnesville and you said you held Finn Diggins at 2 points at half, you're smiling.
Right, and I think it's that change in the defenses. And I go back to about 5 minutes before half, Jason. If I could rewind the clip, you said Finn Diggins is wherever he's at, there's 2 guys right next to him. And the size is kind of eliminated when you've got somebody kind of sandwiching you on both sides. And for Finn right now, there's nowhere to go with that spin move. And the change from the 2-1-2 to a box and one to a man, kind of throwing those different looks, it allows them a little time on defense to use their speed before the Jackets recognize what they're in.
Yellow Jackets trail 21-19. Lance will take a little bit of a change here tomorrow night. An exciting one that's going to be here at the Hive. 2 great teams in the girls basketball side of things for the Section 8 2A championship and a rematch of a thrilling game last year between Fergus Falls and Pelican Rapids. You know Fergus Falls is going to have revenge on their mind. They want to get to the state tournament. Pelican Rapids looking to defend their Section 8 2A championship, which they won on an amazing three-pointer. I know it only counted as a 2, but it was a three-pointer by Maddie Guler, who sent her Pelican Rapids Vikings to the state tournament last year.
Right, and Fergus was rated highly all year long, and it was truly an upset. Maybe not as big as some people, because I really believe at tournament time, Jason, it's far-fetched to have a really big upset. Most of these teams are ready, they're polished, they've been working all year on the stuff that they want to do. But tomorrow could be a barn burner, and it's going to be 2 different styles. Fergus Falls is going to want to score. I was watching their game the other night. They want to get up and down the floor, and they have some really talented athletes, where Pelican, I think, wants to stymie and play just smothering defense. So it's going to be kind of the battle of the offense-defense, and I'm excited to see who comes away with that one.
That should be an exciting one. Fergus Falls probably doesn't have fond memories of this court. One of their losses this year was here at the Hive, where the Yellow Jackets upset them at the beginning of the season. That'll be tomorrow night here on the Magnitude Sports Network at 7 o'clock. Will be the opening tap of the Section 8 2A Girls Championship. You can watch that one here on the Magnitude Sports Network. Again, thank you for tuning in to the Midwest Bank halftime show. Yellow Jackets trail the Trojans by a score of 21-19. We'll take a quick timeout and get you set up for the second half here on the Magnitude Sports Network.
Your family, your friends, our community. At Midwest Bank of Barnesville, these cornerstones of family, friends, and community is the very heart of Midwest Bank. Whether it's help in expanding the family farm, building, remodeling, or purchasing your new home, or supporting our local schools, Midwest Bank is here because you are our family, you are our friends, and this is our community. Midwest Bank, banking your way on South Front Street, Barnesville. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Hi, I'm Joyce Prime, and I've been with United Community Bank for the last 38 years. And one of the products that has gained popularity is our HELOC loans, which is home equity line of credit loans, which you can take the equity in your home and you can use it for various items, including home improvements or to purchase a four-wheeler or boat. Come visit with me anytime and we can discuss the home equity loan further. You can reach us on our website at ucbankmn.com.
Well, welcome back once again to the Hive here at halftime. Barnesville leads Perham 21-19. We thank you for tuning in today to this contest, and it's a fun one on the Section 8 2A tournament. Fergus Falls taking on War Road. That's going on in Fergus Falls. The two winners will meet at a site to be determined. We understand what we know is if Perham were to win this one and Fergus Falls were to win, it would be in Pelican Rapids. If Perham and War Road were to win, understanding it may be further north. If Barnesville were to win, in the same situation, I believe it's in Pelican Rapids as well. But it also kind of hinges on the outcome of the Fergus Falls War Road game.
Right, and at half, Fergus Falls kind of stepped out. It was a back-and-forth battle. It's 23-18 at half in favor of the Otters from Fergus Falls.
We'll try to have confirmation for you as much as we can on where the location will be and perhaps how to become one of the 250 in attendance.
Yeah.
As we talk about that, the COVID-19 rules of 250 people in the gymnasium, but I believe we have hit that and stayed inside the COVID regulations and what's been an exciting contest here at the Hive. 21-19 the score. Trojans lead. We'll take our final timeouts here on the Midwest Bank halftime show and come back with the start of the second half here on the Magnitude Sports Network.
Your family, your friends, our community. At Midwest Bank of Barnesville, these cornerstones of family, friends, and community is the very heart of Midwest Bank. Whether it's help in expanding the family farm, building, remodeling, or purchasing your new home, or supporting our local schools, Midwest Bank is here because you are our family, you are our friends, and this is our community. Midwest Bank, banking your way on South Front Street, Barnesville. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Dean's Bulk Service C-Stores in Barnesville and Sabin are your stops for high-quality Arco gas and diesel fuels, plus a car wash in Barnesville. Don't forget to pick up your favorite snacks and beverages as well. Dean's Bulk Service is your preferred choice for your propane, fuel, diesel, exhaust fluid, and IsoClean certified lubricants for your home, farm, and business. Call them 1-800-548-2799 or visit dbsoil.com to see what they can do for you. Dean's Bulk Service wishes the best of luck to the teams in the Section 8 AA tournament.
Welcome back here at the Hive. Yellow Jackets lead this one 21-19 as the Yellow Jacket fans get on their feet to the school rouse school song as we're moments away from the start of this second half.
And a quick flip to a little research, Jason. In the last meeting here when the Yellow Jackets won, Barnesville was up 29-28 going into the halftime. So very similar, a couple keys that we talked about. Diggins getting maybe to the block, going a little bit more inside to outside. We'll see what adjustments the Yellow Jackets make, and I think if you're Barnesville, you continue to keep switching up those defenses, and I wouldn't be surprised to see that box and one that you talked about in the pregame show up here before too long.
18 minutes to decide perhaps a spot in the Section 8-2A championship. 18 possibly plus 4 or 8, the way these two teams play. As the Yellow Jackets will get the opening possession to start the second half. Thompson brings it up court, right side. Grant McMartin looks to drive. Body on him, throws up the shot, no good. Rebound on the floor, it's tied up. And a held ball is called. It'll give it to Barnesville.
And the Yellow Jacket crowd and coaching staff kind of were wondering about that body ride out of bounds almost on McMartin, which was a good, strong drive by him. No call, jump ball, here we go.
I was kind of surprised on the jump ball how quick that came because it looked like Barnesville had possession.
Yeah.
Anyways, they go inside, nice ball movement, shot up, no good, a lot of contact. Zenzen decides to plow through Jack Nielsen on the fight for the rebound. Now to Gabe Thompson, left-hand layup, doesn't roll. Thompson the putback, too strong. Tonsfeld the rebound, and the Trojans come back with numbers. Now they slow it down as the Yellow Jackets get back. Hang with it. Hang. Adam Tonsfeld. Hand off there, Bredman. Excuse me, that's Nielsen. Now they come back here on the near side. Tonsfeld with it. Looks to screen, comes left. The Yellow Jacket switch. Now down to Zenzen, poked away. Comes back to him though. And now it comes back up top to Tonsfeld.
It definitely looks like the officials are letting that contact go right away. Barnesville want a little push through the back there on Diggins, but no harm, no foul. Here we go.
Tonsfeld with it. Looks to drive, kicks it over to Ryan Rustak. Now it comes back here for Nielsen. Back up top, they swing it left side. Rustak into the lane, gets cut off. Comes to Tonsfeld. Tonsfeld through the contact. Reverse and a three-pointer from the corner is short. Rebound out to Elijah Morris. Jack Nielsen on the shot there for Barnesville. The Yellow Jackets come back looking to tie or take a 1-point lead on this possession. As McMartin looks things over. Micah Thompson calling for it, gets it. Now over to Elijah Morris. Morris over to Grant McMartin. Now the handoff to Micah Thompson. Micah Thompson over the right side, Gabe Thompson. Handoff again, McMartin. Weave action in the backcourt. Now to Micah Thompson over to Elijah Morris. Morris picks up his dribble. Tonsfeld out on him. Now gets to Gabe Thompson. The Yellow Jackets around the perimeter with the basketball. McMartin drives, contact, throws up a shot, no good. He draws the foul, and McMartin will go to the line.
One of the things that I'll draw attention to so you can watch it in the next few possessions is number 4 for Barnesville, Cam Hang, 5'9", is really just face guarding Finn Diggins wherever he goes. He's not looking to help. He's not looking to do anything else. See what kind of things happen. Maybe a back pick on him in the next upcoming series.
McMartin gets the free throw to go. His first point of the night, cuts it to 1 with 15:52 to go here in the second half at the Hive. Second free throw doesn't roll, and it's grabbed by Rustak. And now Tonsfeld will slowly bring it up court for a moment and then pick up speed and hand it off as they swing it over to Hang. Hang looked inside, not there. It comes back now. Tonsfeld. They swing it all the way around. Back to Tonsfeld. He looks to go. Micah Thompson does a nice job on him that time. Now Rustak over to Hang. Hang down low. Zenzen leads them to the hoop. Too strong. And the shot's no good. And the Yellow Jackets get the board. A one-and-done possession for the Trojans. McMartin into the lane. Loses control of the basketball. And Tonsfeld's there to pick it up. And it gets poked away from him. Now it's on the floor. A couple of guys dive to the floor. There's a lot of contact. There's going to be a foul somewhere. Both teams not happy. There's a late dive in. But the foul is going to be on Tonsfeld. That's his second. Head coach Chad Suter of Barnesville talking things over to the official on the far side. He didn't appear to like that call. Either did the fans of the Barnesville here to our right. There's a discussion with the few people here to our right. Can't see it on our screen. It's probably for good things as we get back to action. Pass through Morris now here near side. It goes to Thompson. Down low, Diggins. Diggins with the head fake. Shot up is fouled, and that's Tonsfeld's third. And going to the line will be Finn Diggins.
Yeah, and Tonsfeld saying I got all ball, and we were kind of blocked because we had Finn's body in between us, and so we couldn't see. Definitely the Barnesville coaching staff is pleading their case, as you would when your star player gets their third foul. But Diggins to the line here, shooting 2.
Free throw's good for Finn. He's got 4. Thank you for tuning in tonight, as the free throw is good as well. Tonsfeld will bring it up court as the Yellow Jackets take a 1-point lead. Now it goes near side, Hang. Now to Tonsfeld. He has the open look for 3. It's good. Nothing but nylon for Adam Tonsfeld.
And you wonder if this might not fire up Tonsfeld a little bit. I've been in that situation where you think you've been wrong and you try to make it right.
Thompson with it. Micah Thompson with the screen into the lane. Fires up a shot in traffic. It's good for 2 for Micah Thompson. And it's tied at 24, and we got a timeout on the floor. And a nice move there by Micah Thompson on the answer. And we're tied at 24. We'll take a break here on the Magnitude Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Joyce Prine, and I've been with United Community Bank for the last 38 years. And one of the products that has gained popularity is our HELOC loans, which is home equity line of credit loans, which you can take the equity in your home and you can use it for various items, including home improvements or to purchase a four-wheeler or boat. Come visit with me anytime and we can discuss the home equity loan further. You can reach us on our website at ucbankmn.com.
Welcome back here to the High. We'd like to thank you for tuning in on the Magnitude Sports Network, wherever you're watching this game. If you're in Barnesville, Cloquet, Moorhead, Perham, we thank you for all tuning in tonight to this one as we're tied at 24 here in the second half as Tonsfeld brings it up court. Now looking to drive is Rustad. They swing it over. Now with the drive, Nielsen now back to Tonsfeld. Tonsfeld in trouble, gets to Rustad, and the Trojans are able to regroup. And now a 3 from Rustad on its way too strong. Rebound fought for and grabbed. And getting that one's Finn Diggins, dangerously close to going through Zenzen. But the Yellow Jackets are able to get the rebound.
A quick update from Fergus Falls. Fergus Falls pulling away here, 42-20 in the second half.
Pull-up jumper from Micah Thompson, no good. Tonsfeld, the long rebound. Now the Trojans with numbers. And a shot up, no good, and a foul as Nielsen will go to the line. Got a little ahead of himself, but did a nice job as he let the defense clear, then drew the contact, and will go to the line to shoot 2.
Definitely where Barnesville feels comfortable is getting a stop and then getting a fast break. Is Tonsfeld's hard to get a hold of. Thought maybe they'd get a layup off that, so good job by the Yellow Jacket defense, forcing it to free throws. First one good.
Foul is on Grant McMartin, his first. Soren Anderson will come in for the Yellow Jackets. He had 5 points in the first half for the Yellow Jackets. Elijah Morris had 9. He hasn't got a look at the hoop yet, as that second free throw is good for Nielsen. Has 2 points, and it's back to the Trojans up by 2.
And if you're a Trojan fan, maybe that lights up Nielsen a little bit. He's a good shooter, just hasn't really found that stroke yet tonight.
Thompson. Now to Soren Anderson, looks inside. Again, 2 guys on Diggins at all times. Now Thompson. Goes around right side over to Soren Anderson. Near side it goes Morris. Thought about it for a second. Passes that shot up. Comes back to Soren Anderson. Near side for Elijah Morris. Morris back to Thompson. Now over to Soren Anderson. Inside Diggins. Diggins looks, finds a cutting Micah Thompson for 2.
Nice play by Finn and equally nice play by Micah Thompson to cut where that guy was doubling off of.
Townsville in the lane, draws the contact. Shot's going to be on the floor. The foul's on Gabe Thompson. That will be his 3rd. Townsville says he was going up. He might have a case. Officials disagree, though.
I really thought he, not that I see all, but I really thought he was shooting there. But they have a much better look than I do.
He'll hit that one, though. Adam Townsville hits the jumper. He's got 12. And the Trojans back up by 2. Micah Thompson. Near side, Elijah Morris. Cross court for Soren Anderson. Now down to Diggins. Diggins back for Morris. Morris with the head fake. Drives to the hoop. It's good for 2. Nice job with the head fake as he got by Zenzen and then used the board for 2.
I think all of Barnesville, all the fans and myself included, figured Elijah was going to shoot the 3 on there. Nice little head fake shimmy and to the hoop.
Nielsen now to Zenzen down low. Zenzen spins, loses his footing, and Thompson gets the loose ball. And the Yellow Jackets will set up shop with 12 to go. Thompson near side, Morris. Back to Micah Thompson. Looks over to Soren Anderson. Anderson thought about it, passes that shot up. Now we'll go to Gabe Thompson. The baseline 3 from him is good. Gabe Thompson with the 3, and the Jackets lead by 3.
And that's the shot that's open, is that baseline. And it's been open. Finn's taken a few shots. Now we had Gabe hit one.
Near side, Nielsen now to hang. Over to the right side, Ryan Rustad. Rustad looks inside. Now it goes to hang again. Quickly gets it to Townsville. You know Townsville's going to factor in this as the rest of this game plays out. Just a dynamic player for the Trojans. Sets a couple of screens. Now it goes all in to the far side for Rustad. Back to Townsville. Townsville to Rustad. He looks to drive. Pull-up jumper for Rustad's good. Ryan Rustad's first 2 points of the night.
And comes on a difficult shot there. Kind of fading away towards the out of bounds. Throws it up with the right hand and nothing but net.
Thompson. And he gets fouled. And that foul is on Adam Townsville. And that is going to be number 4.
And now you really have a decision with a 31-30 game. I would guess they're going to go to the bench probably here, try to buy at least 2 to 3 minutes, and get him back into the game as soon as possible.
Zach Brenman will come in for Townsville. Big moment if you're a Yellow Jacket fan with him off the floor. You really have to try to take advantage. Into Thompson on the pass. It's stolen away, and Bredman comes back the other way. Now comes back up top. They swing it around. Bredman looks to Iniger, who just comes in. And it's stolen away by Gabe Thompson. He gets it to Micah Thompson. Micah Thompson to Soren Anderson. Anderson, the pull-up 3 is good! Soren Anderson with the big 3 has 8 points, and the Yellow Jackets lead by 4. Back the other way, Rustad. Now to Bredman. Over to Tate Iniger, had 9 in the first half, led the way for Barnesville off the bench. He set a nice screen there. Now the kick out for Rustad. Tonsell quickly steps up. He's waiting to come back in at the next whistle. 3 from the corner, no good, too strong. Gabe Thompson the rebound. And they're not going to wait too long. The Yellow Jackets call timeout. 10 minutes to go. The Jackets lead by 4. We thank you for tuning in on the Magnitude Sports Network. Welcome back to the second half here on the Magnitude Sports Network. It's 34-30 in favor of the Yellow Jackets. Strong first half from Barnesville, led by 2. They've kind of traded the lead back and forth, but a big three-pointer from Gabe Thompson and Soren Anderson has given the Yellow Jackets now a 34-30 lead here in the second half.
Right, and you just see how important Tonsfeld is. A minute and a half stretch there, changed the lead, gave up a couple big buckets. They're bringing him right back in with 4. We were talking about at the break, Jason, how do you got to be in some sort of zone to hide him a little bit, to keep him out of that. But it's so hard in nature, I would imagine, because he's such an aggressive player, to get him to dial back enough to not pick up some cheap foul somewhere.
Yellow Jackets with the ball out of the timeout. Micah Thompson, Gabe Thompson, Elijah Morris, Soren Anderson, Finn Diggins. Tonsfeld, Rustad, Bredman, Zenzen, and Iniger, the 5 for Barnesville. Near side, Morris. Now Micah Thompson. Anderson cutting, not there. Now looks for Diggins. Diggins corrals it in the corner. Back up top, Anderson quick here to Morris. Now to Thompson. Fumbles it but regroups. Yellow Jackets reset. 9:30 to go. Over to Anderson. Down low, Diggins. Diggins looks for the cutter. Morris is there and a foul. This will be interesting to see who this one's on. It's on Zenzen. That's his 3rd.
And the foul issues are mounting up right now for the Trojans. But I think with the 4-point lead with 9 minutes, you just have to go.
Micah Thompson has the ball for the Yellow Jackets. Circles up top. Now to Soren Anderson. Inside, Diggins again, looking for the lane. Now he's going to look to drive. Iniger closes on him. Diggins off the glass. In strong for 2. Finn Diggins. He knew he had Tonsfeld. Tonsfeld couldn't do anything, so he let him go, and he was able to make a nice move on Iniger.
Right, and he just wasn't taking no for an answer there and powered his way into the lane for a nice bank shot.
Rustad counter shot altered, and Diggins is there for the loose ball. 36-30, Yellow Jackets lead by 6 with 8:50 to go. Near side, Morris. Over to Thompson, back to Anderson. Back here to Micah Thompson and to Anderson. Steps into a 3, no good, too strong on the in and outs. Zenzen's there for the board. Tonsville with speed. Finds Bredman. Bredman draws the quick foul there on Elijah Morris. And he knew it right away. That's his first. With 8:32 to go, Nielsen will come back in for the Trojans. Iniger with it. Now right side, Tonsville looking inside. He'll hand it off. Pull-up jumper from Nielsen is short. May have been altered as Morris closed.
Yeah, if it wasn't tipped or blocked, it definitely threw his shot off a little bit, having Morris come flying through.
Anderson, far side, down low. Diggins, kick out. Micah Thompson, pull-up jumper just outside the free throw line, no good. And the ball goes to the floor, and Tonsville's there to pick it up. Takes a quick look near side to see the number situation and passes it over here for Bredman. Bredman with a screen from Zenzen, pull-up jumper, misses everything, and Thompson's there to corral the loose ball.
Really tough angle there. He drove baseline. I think it was deeper into the baseline than he thought when he pulled up for that jump shot.
Anderson with it. Back here to swing around Morris. Over to Micah Thompson. Back to Elijah Morris. Now to Thompson. Yellow Jackets content with 7:35 to move the ball around the perimeter and look for that perfect shot right now with a 6-point lead. Anderson with it back here. Thompson for Morris. Now to Soren Anderson. Comes back here. Thompson kick over Morris. Yellow Jackets working the clock. Good defense also, but Barnesville not giving the Yellow Jackets many open looks. Now Morris with a quick pass. Thompson inside. Micah Thompson off the glass is good for 2, and the extra pass from a good shot to a great shot there for the Yellow Jackets.
And that's been the key to success all year for the Yellow Jackets. Making one extra pass. We got a timeout here by the Trojans, Jason.
Yellow Jackets lead by 8. We'll take a timeout on the Magnitude Sports Network. Welcome back here to the Hive. Yellow Jackets lead 38-30 with 7:02 to go in the second half. Yellow Jackets have been able to stretch it out as Barnesville's gotten into some foul trouble, and that's really kind of hurt them with Tonsville with 4 and Zenzen with 3.
Yeah, and their aggression on defense has really taken a step back. You hate to see foul trouble change the game, but also you have to call those fouls when they're fouls. So little update quick, Jason, from Fergus Falls. I don't know time again, but Fergus Falls 52, War Road 26.
A collision course for Fergus Falls and the winner of this one in the Section 8-2A championship game. As Tonsfeld will bring the ball up onto the timeouts, hands it off to Iniger. There goes the Bredman. Now comes into the lane, poked away by Diggins, and it goes to Elijah Morris. Diggins timed that one perfectly.
He did. Nice three-quarter adjustment there by Finn.
Now Morris with it. In Diggins at the high point. Now high post. Now it goes all the way back up top for Micah Thompson. Now Morris with it. Now to Micah Thompson. Back to Elijah Morris. He'll hand it off to Micah Thompson. Right side, Soren Anderson into Finn Diggins. Looks for the cutter. No, he goes to Thompson. Thompson steps into a long three, and he hits it. Gabe Thompson with the three. It's 41-30 for the Yellow Jackets. Townsville back the other way. Hand off, Bredman. Now to Iniger. Iniger with the spin in the lane. Nice move, left hand, too strong. Rebound to the Yellow Jackets.
And a nice stretch here by the Yellow Jackets. Kind of similar to what happened in the game here for the first time, Jason. Barnesville's up, and then slowly and surely the Yellow Jackets.
Diggins for three!
Did that.
And the Yellow Jackets lead by 14. Timeout Barnesville. As the Yellow Jackets have their biggest lead of the night. Their fans are on their feet. We'll take a timeout here on the Magnitude Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Joyce Prine, and I've been with United Community Bank for the last 38 years. And one of the products that has gained popularity is our HELOC loans, which is home equity line of credit loans, which you can take the equity in your home and you can use it for various items, including home improvements or to purchase a four-wheeler or boat. Come visit with me anytime and we can discuss the home equity loan further. You can reach us on our website at ucbankmn.com.
Welcome back here to the Hive. The Yellow Jackets with their biggest lead of the night. They lead 44-30 with 5:43 to go in the second half, and a big three-pointer from Finn Diggins, and one before that from Gabe Thompson has helped the Yellow Jackets extend this lead here in the second half.
Yeah, and Gabe was one of those players we talked about early, Jason, that maybe he would be that guy that kind of picked up the scoring, and Gabe's done it in so many ways this year, rebounding, hustle plays, but tonight his shooting has really what's kind of put him over the top for the Yellow Jackets.
5:43 to go, second half. Yellow Jackets with the lead coming out of the timeout. Barnesville with the ball. Townsville will bring it up court. Hand it off there for Hang. Now it goes right to Rustad. They swing over the far side. Hang back to Townsville. Townsville knifes through the lane, throws it off the foot, and Diggins is there to corral it. Maybe trying to force a little too much with the deficit there. As Micah Thompson gets across the timeline, they converge on him, almost get a steal. But now it goes to Morris, and they'll settle things down with the senior Elijah Morris there, and gets it to Micah Thompson. Now to Diggins. Diggins looks to drive into the lane, works to the hoop, doesn't get it to go, and Zenzen's there for the rebound.
Nice step through, just off the glass a little bit.
Townsville back quickly. He's going to launch the three and hit it. A nice three from Adam Townsville. Calmly took the look at the hoop and took a step back and hit it and cuts it to 11.
And I almost think he's been a little too patient at times, Jason. He's had that shot a few times, kind of got the offense going. Look for him to shoot more of those.
Anderson, the counter, no good. Rebound fought for, through the legs, and now a hold there. Out of bounds, they're going to discuss. It's going to go to Barnesville.
It looked like off the swipe it hit Anderson in the lower leg maybe and rolled out of bounds, but it was tough to tell.
Townsville was close. He hit that well.
Yeah.
On a nice job there to elude the fifth. As it comes now to the near side, Adam Townsville. He looks to drive into the lane, draws contact, and will go to the line. And Townsville will shoot two. You knew there was going to be an answer from Barnesville. As Micah Thompson didn't seem to be too happy with that one, as that's his third. Free throw by Townsville is good.
And I'm sure most of you watching and us here thought this run was going to come through Townsville if it was going to happen.
Cuts the lead to 10. Free throw, no good, off the mark. Morris is there for the rebound. Now, three-quarter court pressure from Barnesville. Yellow Jackets break it. Thompson to the far side, Morris. Back to Thompson, now over to Grant McMartin. into Diggins. Diggins looked to kick it out. Now he's going to drive. Goes the lane. Handoff. Thompson layup. Good. And he's fouled. And Gabe Thompson will be shooting at the line for the old-fashioned three-point play. And the foul is on Zenzen, his fourth.
And that foul trouble just continues to mount. And I feel like I'm on a broken record, but kind of changing the style of play. And really what's changing it is Finn Diggins being at that high post.
Free throw's good for Gabe Thompson. Stretches the lead back to 13. Now looking to drive. Nielsen gets cut off. Comes back up top to Hang. Hang looking into the lane. Zenzen and Diggins battle down low in the post. Now comes to Ryan Rustad. Hands it off. And losing it for a moment, Nielsen, but he corrals it near half court. Swinging over Ryan Rustad. Rustad. Now a jumper from Hang. Too strong. Zenzen gets the board. Kick out Tonsfeld. Tonsfeld's going to dribble back out. 3.5 to go. He looks to drive. Now to Rustad on the dish. He drives in the lane. Rustad the pull-up jumper is good for 2.
Tough shot with a hand in his face. He kind of came across the whole lane, and here comes that press again.
Elijah Morris near side. Micah Thompson now goes to Grant McMartin. McMartin into the lane. Kick out Morris. 3 minutes to go. Yellow Jackets by 11. Cross court. Gabe Thompson now to Elijah Morris. Now to Micah Thompson. They come out on him. Now to McMartin. Yellow Jackets working the clock. Now to Elijah Morris. Near side, it goes to McMartin. Back over to the right side to Micah Thompson to Diggins. Diggins, nice dish. A couple extra passes, and Thompson's there for the finish. And we got a timeout. Yellow Jackets by 13. They're starting to feel it with 2:30 to go here on the Magnitude Sports Network. Welcome back here at the Hive. 2:30 to go. Yellow Jackets by 13. Make sure to stay tuned to our postgame show. We'll name the United Community Bank and Perham Denton Frazee Player of the Game. Several players making their case for that honor with 2:30 to go.
Yeah, and it might be one of them that solidifies it here in this last 2 minutes and 30 seconds. I think if you're Barnesville, we maybe have seen the last of the trapping defense. They're probably going to have to go man-to-man here just for the fact that they're going to have to foul. And the Jackets seem to have solved the puzzle to that trapping zone, hitting Diggins and then some really sweet-looking passes from teammate to teammate.
Unique update as well. We received Mills and Monoman Wabin in the Section 6A tournament are tied at 64 in that one. Quick pass here near side through the hands, and now it comes back, and the Yellow Jackets get it. Micah Thompson with the near side pass to Grant McMartin as they cross the timeline with 2:15 to go. And now Micah Thompson with it, hands it over to Grant McMartin. Zenzen out on him. There's a screen, and it comes over to Elijah Morris. Morris with Tonsfeld, it's all over him. Now a handoff to Micah Thompson, and a reach in and a foul, and that's going to close the book on Adam Tonsfeld. No, timeout called before it, so premature on that one. On that call as they call a timeout there. He was getting close with the hands, but Yellow Jackets called timeout. My apologies on that one, as the Yellow Jackets lead by 13.
I was right with you, Jason. And just a quick update. I know some of you are probably bouncing back and forth, but Fergus Falls leads 57-36. I don't know. There can't be a whole lot of time left. They were ahead of us when we started halftime. So it looks like Fergus Falls is definitely cementing their, putting their name in the next slot in the bracket. And it looks like the Yellow Jackets are trying really hard to do the same thing here. Minute 55 to go with a 13-point lead. taking care of the ball and probably hitting free throws is going to be the key to the end of this game.
And now a unique situation if you're Barnesville. Tonsfeld has 4. Zenzen has 4. They can't pick up that foul. So instantly if you're Perham, I think you're looking to get the ball. I know you don't want to get it near Adam Tonsfeld because he's quick, but you might want to try to see what you can do.
And I thought maybe Barnesville would go offensive, defensive substitutions here. They did not. I guess you go with the guys who got you here, which is probably a smart move.
And Diggins spins and gets it up and in for 2. Tonsfeld with it. Runner from him is good for 2. Nice soft touch on the floater. Cuts to 51-38. McMartin with it. And there's a foul in the backcourt. It's going to be on Jack Nielsen.
And that'll put Perham into the bonus. So just what you want to do if you're the Yellow Jackets. Don't turn it over. Don't give any extra possessions up. Let them follow you, make your free throws, and then you win the game.
And we got a timeout on the floor with 1:32 to go. Both teams with 1 timeout left. We'll keep it here. I'd like to thank our sponsors, United Community Bank and Perham, Denton, Frazee. They're sponsoring our player of the game, which we'll name during our postgame show. EOT Insurance. We'd like to thank Dean's Bulk Service for the pregame show. Midwest Bank for sponsoring the halftime show. And Halverson's Farm, encouraging you to eat beef. And I know we've ate our fair share of beef this week. So as we get ready to go for this contest, the Yellow Jackets lead 51-38 here in the second half. And the foul situation starting to mount up, and it's kind of what hurt Barnesville a little bit and had to change their style of play in the second half.
You know, they were really trying to double hard on Finn with that outside guy, and it ended up being Zenzen and Tonsfeld, and then they were the ones that ended up in foul trouble. It's hard to double hard when you can't pick up another foul.
Apparently that was actually the 6th. Or no, it was the timeout before the foul. It appears on the board the timeout was before again. As Morris crosses the timeline. Now gets it to Micah Thompson. Now to Diggins. With 1:20 to go, Diggins with the basketball. He's going to drive to the hoop and lay it up and in.
And with all that overplaying, if you get past that first wave, it's a layup.
Tonsfeld drives, draws contact. Floater's too strong. Rebound tapped out of bounds. He'll stay with Barnesville.
A lot of contact on that shot, too. I'm sure if you're Barnesville, you're wishing he was at the free throw line right now. But best case scenario for them, get another chance at a shot here.
Tonsfeld drives. There's the foul as he drew the contact on his way to the hoop, and he's going to shoot 2.
He is so dynamic with that first step. I think that's what's still amazing me, Jason, as we watch this game, is how quickly he can get started.
Free throw is good for Adam Tonsfeld. Does a lot of things well for this Barnesville team. The second free throw is good as well. Yellow Jackets lead by 13 with a minute to go. McMartin with it in the backcourt. Makes a nice move as they cross the timeline to Micah Thompson. Thompson is fouled and now will be shooting at the line. I think I put him at the line about 3 times in the last 3 possessions.
Yeah, you talked about Jensen Beachy on the coach for the Barnesville assistant coach to be an all-time leading scorer. Tonsville became the all-time leading scorer for the Trojans this year as the shot goes in for Thompson, and that's a good feat. Long story tradition for the Barnesville Trojans, too, to become that all-time leading scorer is quite an accomplishment.
Free throw on its way. That's good as well as Thompson gets them both. Yellow Jackets stretch the lead, and the inbounds pass is stolen by McMartin. Nice heady play by the senior. And he gets it to Morris. Morris with Tonsfeld all over him. Now hands it off to Micah Thompson, back to Morris. He steps out and he's going to work the clock some more. And the Yellow Jackets are content to play a game of keep away. Now to near side, McMartin thought about it, back to Morris, and the Yellow Jackets are going to work the clock. They're starting to feel it. They're getting back to the Section 8 2A championship. The game we didn't get last year, we're going to get this year. As it goes near side with it, Elijah Morris with the basketball. Now to Micah Thompson. Hands it off to Morris. And the Yellow Jackets are going to run off the clock and they're going to pick up a 55-40 victory over the Barnesville Trojans and advance to take on the Fergus Falls Otters in the Section 8 2A championship game, which will take place on Friday nights. And Lance, an exciting game and a great moment you're seeing here as these two teams showing a lot of respect to each other at half court. And the Yellow Jackets officially close out a perfect season again at the Hive.
Yeah, and what a game. You know, it shows 15 points on the clock right now, but few fouls differences, things like that. They take nothing away from the Barnesville Trojans. They came out and gave everything they had. A few early shots didn't go. But if you're on the other hand, another halftime adjustments by Coach Cressup and his staff took a deficit at half and ended up being a 15-point victory. So hats off to the Jackets and doing what they wanted to do coming out of the locker room.
We'll take a timeout, come back here to your post-game show as the Yellow Jackets earn a 55-40 victory over the Trojans. You may notice this on our screen right now. Adam Tonsfeld receiving a nice round of applause from the Barnesville faithful as an outstanding career, as I spit that out, for Adam Tonsville comes to an end.
Yeah, and it was a nice show of respect. You know you have a special player when both sides of the crowd stand up and give a round of applause. So hats off. I'm sure glad I got to see him a couple times and got to watch a couple football games, as he is an outstanding athlete and one that's going to be missed watching next year around these parts.
Yellow Jackets pick up a 55-40 victory. We'll take a timeout and come back with your post-game show here on the Magnitude Sports Network.
Hi, my name is Ryan Rusted, Chief Lending Officer with United Community Bank. I'm just excited we've been partnering with businesses for over 100 years. Come and see why so many of your friends and neighbors have put their trust in United Community Bank. Stop in and see us in Perham, Frazee, and Dent, or you can visit us online at ucbankmn.com. We're excited for you to be part of our community, United Community Bank.
United Community Bank.
Dean's Bulk Service C-Stores in Barnesville and Sabin are your stops for high-quality Arco gas and diesel fuels, plus a car wash in Barnesville. Don't forget to pick up your favorite snacks and beverages as well. Dean's Bulk Service is your preferred choice for your propane, fuel, diesel, exhaust fluid, and ISO-Clean certified lubricants for your home, farm, and business. Call them 1-800-548-2799 or visit dbsoil.com to see what they can do for you. Dean's Bulk Service wishes the best of luck to the teams in the Section 8 AA tournament.
Well, welcome back here to the Hive, and a nice victory for the Perham Yellow Jackets as they earn a 55-40 victory over the Barnesville Trojans in an exciting contest here tonight. Hats off again to the Barnesville Trojans, a great season for them as it comes to an end tonight with the record of 12-9. They were led by Adams Tonsfeld with 20 points. Tate Inninger had 9 points on the board, 5 for Caden Zenzen, 4 for Ryan Rusted, and 2 for Jack Nielsen. Foul trouble played a role a bit in the second half. The Yellow Jackets were able to take advantage, but they made some nice adjustments to help them pull out this victory.
They did. I think it was two things, like you just said, Jason, that there was some adjustments. The ball moved a lot quicker for the Yellow Jackets in that second half. Now, was it was it Barnesville trying not to get into the even more foul trouble? Well, we're never going to know that. But the Yellow Jackets certainly did come swing that ball around way quicker than they did in that first half, causing those open layups on the backside as they cut. Yeah, what a game, though. Barnesville, they brought everything they had. What a tournament run for them. Go from beating a good Pelican team to beating a really, really good DGF team, coming into the Hive here and giving a run to the Yellow Jackets. So definitely nothing to hold your head down for there. And I guess we just got touched at one senior or two seniors on the list that I see. Adam Tonsfeld, which we've spoke highly on all night, and he is certainly worthy of that. Of all the accolades, we probably can't give him enough. And Eric Ackerson. So the cupboard definitely not bare if you're a Trojan fan, as they're bringing back a lot of really nice players that I think that they can build around for future success there. So really great year for Barnesville, and it's been fun to cover them a few times. And definitely we're going to miss watching Adam Tonsfeld on the floor, and we wish him well in everything that he chooses to do from here on out.
Yellow Jackets again. They were led in scoring this time by Finn Diggins. He finished with 14 points. He grabbed 6 rebounds for the Yellow Jackets. Gabe Thompson finishes with 13. Elijah Morris adds 11. 8 points for Micah Thompson, 8 points for Soren Anderson, 1 point on the board for Grant McMartin in this contest. And we talked about the secondary scoring. The Yellow Jackets were able to spread out the scoring tonight.
Yeah, and it was really a good and that's when the Jackets are at their best, is when you see that balanced scoring. And what I really like towards the end of the game is, again, Barnesville was extending their defense, which made it a lot easier. But what I really, really liked to see was the Yellow Jackets passing the ball to each other. And every team is better when you start looking for your teammates.
Yellow Jackets seniors are sharing a moment on the floor here at the Hive, as it's their final home game at the Hive, and they finish a perfect season here at the Hive and continue the tradition of another unbeaten season at home, as the Yellow Jackets earn the victory 55-40 tonight over the Barnesville Trojans. Will take on the Fergus Falls Otters. Lance, we touched on it a little bit at the end of that game. Last year, those two teams were supposed to play in the Section 8 2A championship before everything was shut down, and it was canceled that day on them, as the state of Minnesota pretty much shut down sports on that day, and they weren't allowed to play that championship game, so they'll get a chance at it now. Fergus Falls and Perham on Friday nights.
And last year looked to be a barn burner, Jason. Just to kind of recap where we were at last year at this time, maybe a little earlier, but with COVID we've kicked back a little bit. But undefeated Yellow Jackets team, Fergus Falls was just on fire. I remember being at Concordia watching the Yellow Jackets. I think they beat East Grand Forks by 2. Fergus Falls came out, and I was like, holy smokes. They were hitting threes, have a 7-footer underneath, and they were just kind of at will doing what they wanted to do. And so everybody was looking for that highly anticipated match, including myself, and then we didn't get to have it. So year later, fast forward, some of the names have changed. Some of the positions have changed, but it's still going to be a really exciting contest and a battle of two very good teams.
The Yellow Jackets and the Honors, but we still have some work to do here. When we come back, we're going to name the United Community Bank Player of the Game after this 30-second timeout here on the Magnitude.
Hi, I'm Jen Hendrickson, mortgage lender at United Community Bank. Whether you're buying, building, or refinancing, we are here to help you through the process and answer all of your questions. Mortgage rates are great right now. You can check out our website at ucbankmn.com to get pre-approved, sign up for Rate Watch, and check out our mortgage rate calculators. United Community Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
United Community Bank.
Welcome back here to the Hive. I'm Jason Groltz and Lance Rock putting the finishing touches on tonight's broadcast. The Yellow Jackets earn a 55-40 victory over the Barnesville Trojans. Your United Community Bank Player of the Game, we're going to give it to Gabe Thompson had a big night for the Yellow Jackets, finishing with 13 points. Kind of stepped up, especially in that second half with 11 of his 13 in that second half. Came up with some key shots when he needed.
Right, and one other way you can look at it, Gabe got into early foul trouble first half, and the Jackets just didn't quite get into sync when he was on the bench. Second half looked really good, and one of the things that I thought was really exciting, again, was the team effort tonight for the Yellow Jackets.
It definitely was there. One thing we touched on before we came back, Elijah Morris tonight coming back from quarantine and was able to step up and hit some big shots. And one of the things I thought was an adjustment that he made. His three-point shot wasn't there tonight. He was 1 for 5 from 3, struggled a little bit. But he did a nice job with a couple of head fakes, creating some other things offensively and making some adjustments, realizing that three-point shot wasn't there tonight.
Yeah, and he started looking for his teammates on that drive, so he got to a running kind of hit a few of those runners. Then when that defense came out, he kicked it to his other one. Another one I think is just that senior leadership out of Grant McMartin down the stretch. Put on an ankle-breaking move to get into the front court. Definitely did some things, heady things like didn't shoot the three, back-to-back out, took more time off the clock. So great job by that senior leadership tonight, and the youth came along and helped him out too.
And then also it was an outstanding game for the Yellow Jackets as they earned the 55-40 victory. Kind of had that same feel as the first time they played here at the Hive during the regular season. The Yellow Jackets pulled out in the second half as they earned the victory. We'll talk quickly tomorrow night, Pelican Rapids, Fergus Falls, girls basketball. And Fergus Falls, if you look at their last 2 years for high school basketball, a couple of trips to the section final for both the boys and the girls, and now they're back at it again.
Right, and tomorrow night's going to be so much fun, and we touched on it earlier, and if you weren't with us at that point, I really think it's going to be the battle of offense and defense. Fergus Falls is going to come out and want to score. Not that they don't play defense. They do. They play defense really well, but they have that scorer's mentality where I think Pelican kind of wants to slow it down. They want to get in that game where maybe it's 42-40 at the end of the game, where I think that 60s is probably more comfortable and shooting the three and getting up and down the floor for Fergus Falls. So what's going to win, offense or defense? I hope you tune in tomorrow to find out on Magnitude Sports, because I'm really excited to find out how that one ends.
And we're looking forward to bringing that one tomorrow night here on the Magnitude Sports Network. Tonight, we'd like to thank you for tuning in. Yellow Jackets win 55-40. I'd like to thank Mike Mason and Magnitude Sports for his help tonight here with all the great graphics that we've had and his support with our broadcast tonight. Lance Rock, another outstanding job. Great working with you once again.
Yeah, Jason, and thank you. It's just a blast, and we're so thankful, like we said, to Magnitude Sports and to Mike Mason and to Aaron Anderson, the AD here, to make this all come together the way it does. We're just glad that we can bring it to you, and we just hope that you enjoyed it as much as we did.
Well, we thank you for tuning in, and have a
The proceeding has been a presentation of the Magnitude Sports Media Network. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and to order a DVD copy of this broadcast, simply visit msportsnet.com/DVD.